All right, welcome back to another episode of Guildies Podcast, episode 12 now. Today, I'm joined by the full cast, the Guildies Podcast, Bear,
Hello.
Sean,
Good evening.
and Dildor.
Hello.
That's it. We got the whole crew here. It's not cock and ball torture tonight. I don't
Yeah,
know. Dylan, I don't know if you got an I
that.
don't know if you had an opportunity to see that, Dylan, but we had Did you see episode 11 by chance?
I did not.
It was
I
about
didn't
cock
watch
and
the
it was
full
about
episode either, so.
it's about
Seems
cock
like something to be right up your alley, Dylan.
I was gonna say you didn't.
Whoa.
All torture episode. How could you?
Yeah, we did. We just did it. I was literally I heard it on Stern at work, and they literally had like audio clips of guys getting like their nutsack electrocuted, and I was
What?
like, I gotta talk about this. I can't. This is a golden ticket.
We just reenacted
Yeah.
the Stern episode,
Yeah.
honestly.
I was just getting like a car battery and
Mm-hmm.
right up to my prostate. So, I want to start off today, and I want to talk about something near and dear to my heart. Bodacious rabbit ass.
Oh,
Yes.
Hmm.
Bodacious rabbit ass.
So I think
What's her name again?
is it
Real quick.
Lola? Lola Bunny?
Lola Bunny.
So I'm sure I don't have to tell everyone about the extremely autistic controversy regarding them changing the Space Jam rabbit from being like this super hot like girl next door like basketball bunny
Basketball.
to like an absolute fucking flat-chested gross fat rabbit.
It is like absurdly like gross at how much they just did it dirty like that.
I
Like,
I just
like,
Bear fans.
I just wanted to like, what do you like? So the actual controversy is silly. Like everyone's like, this is showing how far society is degenerated.
what-
It's like, yeah, dude.
that's just, dude. I just think it's like dumb. Like her original design, it's like you can't lie,
Pretty
it's not
fucking
like
sexy. Yeah.
Yeah, it is clearly sexualized, but I mean the design like was fine. I don't really see a problem too much with it, but her new design is just kind of goofy looking.
Well, she looks like.
she's like cross-eyed almost.
Yeah, she looks. She like
That's
has
what I
got.
see.
She's got like the big chungus top half.
Yeah,
Like,
she's got
she-
the chungus head,
Yeah.
which is like I don't.
That's what I keep seeing
Guys,
is the like pretty much crossed eyes.
I
She just
haven't-
looks like a dopey character.
I haven't thought of big chungus in a minute.
my man,
I'm sorry.
struggling, bro.
I'm sorry. I'm just thinking about. I'm getting some joy thinking about big chungus right now.
Dude.
Big chungus with some fat
This-
tits and
This
chunky
is fucking
thighs.
pathetic.
Oh.
Dude.
Anyways, yeah. So I don't think society is falling apart because they took away my bodacious rabbit.
I like
Your
her arm
big
hair.
delicious.
Yeah, you're right. She's
Or, wait,
practical.
I'm sorry, her compression sleeve.
Yeah, she probably got like tennis elbow.
Practical.
She got bunny elbow.
Yeah, exactly.
From
She's
Jim.
got like that.
Man, there is some heinous pictures of Lola Bunny.
Yeah,
I gotta
you
say.
can- yeah,
I
that
knew-
was-
I googled it, and it's like,
Let's
Yeah,
put
it-
these in the Discord.
Yeah, it's like third or fourth picture. You don't have to like Lola Bunny is. You have to like search for not Rule 34. Damn. Do
Oh
you guys remember Lo Bunny from Pokemon? Dylan, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Dude,
Well,
now that
yeah,
that was a fucking hot ass rabbit.
I don't
And
I
I,
don't follow
remember this
Pokemon.
that's okay. I think it's worth letting everyone know that I have a biased opinion because I want to have sex with Judy Hopps. So
Yeah, our friend Doug Genendorf, or Pudding House, as he's more commonly known as, seems to have this really ongoing desire for digital rabbit punani.
Digital rabbit. It's like a Rush song.
No, they say
Oh,
like
B-side.
Spirit of Radio, Digital
Yeah,
Rabbit.
digital
you know?
rabbit, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Frog.
It's not that they're rabbits, it's just Lola Bunny and like Judy Hopps, they didn't have to make it so like sexy. Like why is Judy Hopps so so hot. Like if Zootopia 2 comes out, which you know it's gonna, because that movie fucking killed. Like, if she doesn't have that fucking Omega rump, I don't know.
Omega.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll actually be upset about that one, and not that I'm gonna think like society is, crumbling because I can't jack off to the rabbit any. But it's just like she's got such an amazing dumper in that movie, guy. And so there's so many there's so many shots where you're just looking at her fucking crazy dumper. There's like a bunch of running shots where a fucking gigantic. Yeah, I'm sorry, this doesn't need to be about me and the rabbit. Yeah.
Oh,
dude, I don't know what it is.
She a rabbit too, so she probably fucking.
Go on. You know, rabbits have several tits. Like they have more than one breast. Like that's what they should have done. Is like made her not hot, but gave her like 6 tits.
Whoa!
Like from
6 titty rabbit. What the fuck is this podcast, dude?
What do you mean? No, I'm just saying. I'm giving constructive. Is it Warner Brothers still? Yeah, it is, right?
I don't know. I forget. Sorry.
No, you're good. I think it's Warner. I don't know. I'm trying to give because here's the thing. I'm
I'm sorry.
Okay, so everyone, this isn't a visual thing, but Bear's posting. What is, I guess, Judy Hopps vor in or inflation porn in the Discord. Man, it is
okay. Last one. I'm sorry to everyone, all the listeners, but this is the last one.
That one's kind of hot. Look at that dumper, dude.
That is so funny.
Fucking big old Honda Civic ass pulling out. Look at that.
Honda Civic.
That's a sensible automobile right there, buddy. The other half of the controversy is that they took the rape skunk out.
All right, free to homie the rape skunk.
No, okay, but
he do nothing.
He didn't need to. Okay, I don't. So Dylan and me talked about this when it happened, but like, there's that Dave Chappelle bit where he's like, I went and watched the Looney Tunes with my nephew. He's like, oh, watch Pepe Le Pew. He's got the moves, and he's like, damn, he's gonna rape him. Dude, Pepe Le Pew is like kind of a rape. Like, he's rapey in those.
He is like.
Yeah, he's
saying that Pepe Le Pew the racist is like the equivalent of saying, "Whoa, Mario's doing mushrooms. He's gonna get so high." Like, it's such like a baseline kind of joke that everybody kind of like thinks it, or like offhanded thing. So it just is kind of like, why is this a new thing?
So you're saying, do you think he should be in it, even though he's the rape skunk?
Well, I don't know. Well, it depends on how they treat the character. It's like, the original intention was that they were gonna make a joke of like, you need to understand consent, Pepe, but like,
dude, imagine that in my Looney Tunes. Like, he's like doing like his floating over thing because he smells her fucking vagina stink, and they're like, "Whoa, Pepe, hold on. Do you know about consent?"
It's like freeze frame.
Yeah, it's like an after school special.
They go from talking to Pepe and they like turn to the camera and then they give the speech of consent. Like,
hey, Scotty,
don't be like my buddy Pepe here.
Jesus,
get consent.
Man. Yeah. I don't know. I'm I'm on the fence about it because like
I understand. I do understand that it's like, obviously. You don't want children watching a movie where there's like skunks trying to get inside this other skunk's basketball shorts or whatever the fuck.
You phrased that weird. You drew that one out. You're like, were the skunks trying to get into a?
I was trying to think of skunks that wear pants. So
oh yeah,
like,
it's not easy to form a skunk-themed Space Jam, premise on the fly.
Yeah, I do get. Like,
I think we're a little bit more libtard than Dylan right now. I don't know that this has happened in recent memory.
Wait.
Libtard.
Yeah, me and Bear are like, take the rape skunk out, and Dylan's like, hell no, brother, leave the rape skunk in.
Like I said, it depends on if they're just like, isn't it funny how he's a rape skunk?
He's gonna rape the skunk on the basketball court.
Well,
Jesus.
You could. It seems like a lot of people think that the only time a character like that is portrayed is when it's like extreme approval of their behavior or something. Like, I mean, I don't care about Space Jam, and I don't care about I'm not gonna like whatever, but if they put him in, that's not necessarily, that movie saying like you really should do this and
Yeah,
this is the right thing to do. I mean,
We don't think you're raping enough.
yeah, exactly. Like plenty of
Fucking
characters.
Jesus.
It's like, what are we gonna just not have bad characters anymore
Yeah.
because are we just gonna not have like interesting? Not that Pepe Le Pew is particularly interesting in my opinion, but it's like it's a weird concept of like there's definitely some self policing that you have to do. Not everyone is gonna repeat every single action that they see in Space Jam.
True. But imagine if that was like a person and like you had this reoccurring character for like 30 years that like forcibly pushes women up against the wall and they're like, no, don't kiss me. And he's like, oh, but I must.
Oh, sacramento.
Yeah.
Dude, how fucking...
Wait,
I think that's
he's
James
Spanish or
Bond.
French?
He's French because it's Le Pew,
Yeah.
and like the whole joke
Ah.
of the character is that because it's like the Frenchmen are romantic and they'll like kiss a hand or whatever, like the aggressive romance shit. But then it's like an inversion because he's a skunk, so he fucking reeks like, and that's the other Frenchman stereotype. So
But doesn't he
it
never get the girl?
no, he doesn't. That's like the whole joke is that he's just kind of like unappealing to anyone, and just he's not.
Yeah, 'cause he's
successful.
French.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's
exactly.
probably an argument there that Pepe Le Pew has been communicating to not be like that since the beginning, or that they just didn't care and thought it was funny.
True.
But
Also...
then that's also
Oh,
the
go
point of like if you're like, oh, just dismissing something as a joke when it could be like a more serious thing. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, well, there's two valid points for sure.
Here's the thing. I forgot how kind of hot the other skunk is until just now.
It's a cat.
Oh yeah, that's
Is it
right.
a cat?
I forgot about that.
Yeah, because
I
the joke is
forgot.
like it accidentally will get like a white stripe painted on it, so then Pepe will come after her.
Oh, yeah. What's the cat's name?
Damn.
I don't even know if they gave
Oh,
her a
these
name. Like she
incredible
would never
childhood
talk. She
memories
would
are
never
flooding
talk
back.
from what I
She
remember.
was just kind of the victim the entire time.
Penelope Pussycat. Oh, she wants it, dude.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, this is a fucking hot... Dude, what's wrong with me? What the fuck? What the hell? Can we... All right, we gotta...
Dude, she kind of slapping though.
Yeah, can we stop? I'm getting like... I'm getting pretty upset with myself right now. I just pull up this fucking cartoon cat and I'm like, whoa. Whoa.
well, okay. Maybe we can move to the next segment. How did you guys feel about your assigned Bible verses that you had to read?
Yeah. Okay.
They're pretty good there.
They were pretty good.
Yeah, I read
Anyway.
when I
Most optimal armor set is the full armor of God. Sword of the Spirit.
Oh my God.
yeah, put on the shield of Christ. When I
The ages.
when I left middle school, we had to have like a graduation verse, and mine was like it was like Ezra 4:32 or something, and it's like two words. I don't know how it's a verse, but it's like
Jesus wept.
no, it's shorter than that. It's like of the, and I don't. It's like a verse, and I got like in trouble for that too. But it was like May when they figured it out, and I was like,
That's funny.
blow me.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye. Anyways, let's move off of some really, really deep-seated sexual trauma. And
Your
on
sexual
to,
trauma.
Well,
Everyone here, I think, is fine.
No, come on. I can't be the only one who thinks the bunny is.
No,
bannable.
I can't think of another person.
Come on.
Just FYI for the audience, I don't know if you mentioned this or not, but there was like kind of a deal, or like it was in talks a while ago, and it's come up recently as well.
Oh man.
But our friend Pudding House here needs to get a tattoo of Judy Hopps
yeah.
at some point.
Yeah. So
So-
what we said was that if we get 1,000 subs on YouTube,
that's right.
we will.
That's right.
I'll get the Judy Hopps tattoo. That's still ongoing. So yeah, if we get there, I will 110%. And it's not gonna be like tiny. It's gonna be like you're like.
It's a back tattoo.
Yeah, no, I'll get it like on the back of my calf or something. You'll see me walk and you'll be like, "What is wrong with that person?" Like that level of it.
Dude, that's gonna be so good.
It's gonna be pretty good.
You should get like the Vord one as well, like the big one
No,
with the
I
big thighs.
no, I have to get a I have to get a regular. I can't do the
Why not?
because I got no. I can't.
Big old bully.
Yeah, okay.
Come on. Okay, so
Cannon.
I'd like to move on to some news items, but if anyone else has anything they'd like to bring up first, Dylan, I know you had some text notifications
Ooh, I sure do.
that you wanted to share with the class.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
I've been doing some undercover reporting and investigation
Okay.
behind enemy lines,
Oh god.
and that being the enemy of World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy 14.
Oh,
Ooh,
I
boy.
did see you playing that. Okay, go on.
Yeah, and I just want to say, friendship with World of Warcraft over Final Fantasy 14 is my best friend now.
Really?
What?
You keep saying that.
So, and
Wow.
this is a huge redemption arc because I've bounced off the game twice, and if you listen to other episodes I was on, I hated the game, but then I came back to it and it's pretty fun. It does a lot of things better than WoW, in my opinion, but I don't
Well,
know.
you have a
It's
wrong
been
opinion.
a good
Sorry.
time.
I
Well,
would
You've only played the one, so
Exactly.
I would maybe consider trying it. This is an amazing segue into something I was about to bring up. I had some news items. Well, this isn't officially Guildies news, but it's exactly that. I'm just not calling it that because that title didn't do well. So Lord of the Rings Online has a new
Whoa.
has a new roadmap for 2021. As in,
Lord of the Rings.
there is new content coming to this game.
Dude.
I thought they've been like kind of
Same game?
consistent with it. I thought like there was still some support for it.
Apparently,
I'm
they
sure
have a
that-
fucking
yeah.
roadmap.
That's wild. That's like, I mean, I played that game like nearing the end of last year, just when I was like going through like I want to try like different like WoW substitutes, I guess, just to
Uh-huh.
try it out.
Yeah.
And like it was fun, but dude, that is an old game. That
Yeah,
is like
I
I'm
kind of want to.
I'm surprised.
I kind of want to try it.
10 years ago.
I've
It's
never
fun.
played it,
It's
but
interesting,
there's a
but
fucking roadmap. What the? What?
I tried
that's
it minutes
wild.
ago, but it was not for me.
Guys,
Like,
we could literally have a fellowship right here.
That
my-
is true.
oh my
Sean could be the
God.
Hobbit.
No, don't. Come on,
Okay.
Sean's. No, come on. Dylan's the Hobbit. Dylan's the short one here.
Mhm.
Dylan, how tall are you?
I'm 5'6",
Oh,
so I am a small boy.
He's sought after.
he's sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'm in the Lord of the Rings mood. I started Two Towers back up.
Dude, oh, that's right. You and your lady friend are
so
watching
psyched.
it.
It's so
Ooh.
psyched is what I said, but I meant to say I'm so psyched.
You gonna
It's so
finish?
good.
Are you gonna finish the books? Or are you just watching the movies?
That's what I meant. Is I
Oh,
got the book
okay.
coming again.
Dude, chapter 4 is the best chapter J.R. Tolkien ever wrote. The Treebeard chapter is my favorite Lord of the Rings chapter. It might be
Marion
my
Pippin meet Eber-
Treebeard.
yeah.
Is that the one that's like an hour and a half long?
Yes, it's amazing. I fall asleep to
Yeah,
it
dude.
every night.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's like I got too high or drunk and I'm like kind of freaking out now and like I just lay down and I'm like
Wow.
yeah. Big fan of that one.
Need
But
some
yeah,
Treebeard.
yeah, boys, I think we should maybe give Lord of the Rings Online a little it can't be that big.
I'd play some Lord of the Rings online.
God
yeah.
damn. This is
It's kind of like off-putting slightly because when you load it up, it's clearly a game from a different era of a video game. So
Oh,
just
so those very rough-looking characters.
yeah,
Oh, I'm all
and
for
this-
it, dude. This looks
it's got the sound and everything though.
Is it gonna be really that bad coming from World of Warcraft?
Yeah, I was gonna say this.
Put up
Oh
with-
yeah, for sure, absolutely. It's got
Honestly,
the,
though, maybe they'll get a nice little graphics revamp. If they,
now that would be interesting.
you know, if they do some.
It's also
free
30 gigs, FYI. Sorry to interrupt.
No, it's okay. That's
That's okay.
honestly,
Yeah, it's not bad. I can just
but you know, if they can make a couple similar moves that a lot of other games have had, where they go from kind of a pretty low level to gaining a pretty large user base, maybe there could be something in the cards for a general overhaul of the game, like WoW saw. That'd be super cool.
true. That's true, and it's not like there's more Lord of the Rings like media about to come out, so it's not like they're gonna make a Lord of the Rings
True.
online too. I mean, there is. They're making
I was
that.
gonna say there's a show.
There's like an Amazon show, I think, but
Yeah.
I'm sure that'll go perfect.
Also, I'm sure that plenty of programmers would like to work on something Lord of the Rings related. You know, I'd be in that camp for sure. I'm sure
nice.
they'd be able to get good people.
Oh well, I mean, it's the IP is still like viable. It's just,
Oh God, yeah.
man, I'm gonna watch the movies again. I watched them last year. They were really good.
Who's doing? Who does Lord of the Rings online?
Ooh, I don't think it's a like named company. It
BioWare?
is Standing Stone Games.
Standing.
Yeah,
Stone.
I don't.
My favorite developer.
Dude, are
They,
we
oh, they do Planet
Right
Side.
there with Westwood.
oh, that's why it's
They also do Z1 Battle Royale
oh, that's why
and
it's-
EverQuest and Payday.
Jeez,
EverQuest. What?
Yeah, these
That's
guys
very-
have a bit of. They've also done DC Universe Online.
Bear, you have to be a dwarf.
I'm not being a dwarf.
You have to be a dwarf.
I'm not being. It's literally the
You're a
worst
dwarf.
race in fantasy races.
You're a dwarf.
Like,
That's not true. You're
It's
I'm
the
not-
best
I'm-
race. You can fuck off and
shut
die.
up! I'm not playing a fucking dwarf.
Are you playing a hobbit then?
I'm not playing a hobbit either.
That's true.
I want to be an elf.
No
Of course you
way.
do.
Yeah, so does
I
everyone.
want to be like Gandalf.
Yeah. Ooh. good,
Gandalf,
nice
I
one.
want to suck your.
Dude, it's insane the amount of like screen time he gets as opposed to like in the first book he gets like 2 lines. So you have recently read the first book, right, Sean?
Like last year, but I
He-
remember it quite well.
He gets like a line at the Council of Elrond, and then he gets a line when they're crossing the mountain. And everyone's like going through the snow, and they're like, "Oh, I hate snow." And he's like, I'm an elf. I can walk on snow." And he just like runs way ahead of them, and that's like all you hear about.
Oh
him.
yeah, I remember one of my friends telling me like about that years ago, and that how he was like a non-character.
Yeah,
For
he's just
really
like
about
this
it.
twink that they take along. He's probably just like a pleasure
Twinkie.
thing. What do you call them? Comfort. He's a comfort twink. Man, that's really bad. Wow. But he gets like no lines, and then they made him into like this insane, integral Orlando Bloomian character.
Well, I don't know. He picks up a little bit in Two Towers. in
Yeah,
the
right.
book,
Yeah, he does eventually there, but like in the
Mostly because he's one of the 3 main characters that gets screen time in the first like half of the movie. But he gets a lot of great lines. I really like him as a character in the books.
no, he's great there. It's just weird. It's the same thing like that they did with The Hobbit, which is if anyone out there is like, "Oh man, I like the Hobbit movies," you're wrong. They were really, 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 really bad. But he's not. He's like not even mentioned in The Hobbit, and he's
Yeah.
a integral character with a romance story in The Hobbit.
I kind of really, I didn't know that. I kind of missed the Hobbit movies.
Yeah, good. There were 5 of them for no reason.
I thought there was 4.
There's 4.
I
I'm
thought there was
exaggerating.
3. Oh, okay.
I watched the first 2 and then didn't want to watch the third
Well,
or fourth.
The whole book is not that long. Like it didn't need to be 4.
I know, but they
It's-
felt given our present year or these modern times, I should say, where everything needs to get fucking stretched out across 10 different games or movies.
Everything needs to get interpreted as CGI.
Ooh, man, so
Mhm.
bad. Okay. Anyways, we're all gonna play Lord of the Rings online, and then I don't know. What are we doing with our lives? Okay. Next, fiery headline.
Dylan, did you have any big points about Final Fantasy, or did you just want to say?
Oh
that
yeah,
you
yeah,
were-
yeah.
Oh yeah. So in my experience, it does like a lot of things better compared to WoW. Like what's an
No
example? Like the
way.
story. Like I haven't gotten that far into it, but like a big thing is that there's a main story quest, like it's labeled as such.
Mhm.
And it's where like a lot of the cutscene content is, and they introduce you to like major characters as part of it, like in the beginning, which is something that WoW doesn't do at all.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's
not at all.
kind of like you wait until the end, and then you get in raids, and it's like all of a sudden, here's Thrall. You should care about him.
Seriously.
Why? Like I don't know. He's just here in the dungeon. He must be important,
Yeah, he's been doing all that shit. You didn't know?
right?
did-
You didn't read all these novels and all the lore tidbits.
I'm
You
trying.
didn't.
We're a user.
But yeah, and then the game. looks a lot better. The classes are pretty fun. The only things that I say that would say that are negative about it is that there's like PvP is like non-existent. Like nobody really plays it, and just kind of the way the combat articulates it, I don't think it'd be great for PvP.
Hayden has left the chat. He's gone.
I know.
Not here anymore.
Nah, come
But-
on, man. I mean,
You hear him peeling out in his car.
Yeah.
Right? Which is usually like bad for me too, but like there seems like there's a lot more like interesting kind of raid mechanics, and like positioning is a lot more important. Like some classes are based entirely around you like hitting the rear or flank of like an enemy for extra damage and shit.
Sweet.
So is it less
Yeah.
mobile then?
It's like I don't know, it doesn't feel as mobile like if you're in like a PvP setting, but like you still have to move a lot. It's kind of
Yeah.
weird. You have to see it for yourself to kind of get it.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is that there's no like specs for classes. Like there's like a warrior equivalent, and it's strictly a tank. Like you can't play at DPS. But there's
Yeah.
also a fuck ton of classes, so you can kind of
Hmm.
just pick whatever.
That's interesting.
And
Honestly, as long as you can find a couple of them that are fun, like who cares? Yeah.
yeah, and leveling the alternate classes is like very quick, and also like you get bonus XP for having like one of your classes higher level, like to help the other ones catch up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you can
Mhm.
also you have all your classes like on one character. You can make more if you want, but you can have all your like maxed out classes on one character, and like the professions are treated as a lot more important. Like they're entirely separate
That's great.
classes that you change to,
Whoa.
and yeah, and you level them up to like learn more recipes and stuff, which is kind of like how
no.
professions are in WoW, but it's like you're literally changing classes to it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is, and there is so much about WoW that they have taken like 15 years to begin to fix. None of this surprises me.
Yeah,
But-
it learned a lot from WoW, and then does kind of like a lot of its own things.
I
So
believe
I
that.
think it's worth a shot. I mean, like it might not be for everyone. Like ignore the fact that PvP is not as important, because I think there's still a lot of interesting PvE stuff. Like
Sure.
I learned one of the raid mechanics. There's like a boss fight that shoots like lasers in like every direction. But apparently, like you take two tanks and you split your group into two essentially, and like as more people take damage from attack, it like mitigates the damage overall and shit. Like there's a lot of interesting stuff that WoW just doesn't have mechanically.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for sure.
That's pretty cool. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot of that I would love to see happen in WoW. I think a big thing holding 14 back is just how I feel like aesthetically unappealing. It
Yeah.
is.
yeah,
It's like insanely. I imagine like obviously mechanics, as you said, Dylan. They're interesting and they seem fun, and I like the leveling system. Fucking leveling's really stupid.
Yeah, it's really bad.
But
yeah.
but I get, yeah, it's like the visuals of it all is just really just not there. It's just for me
Yeah.
anyway. It's just ugh.
yeah,
I
that
don't
was
wanna-
like a
Ooh,
big
it looks
thing
very
for me.
beige. Yeah.
But there actually is like a lot of stuff with like color, like it's not all like just monochrome, and like also the thing, it's not all Bishonen like super twinks running around.
Well, there's like
there is some
cats
variation.
and shit, right?
Yeah,
Or
there's there's cat girls and bunny girls and cat men.
Ah, yes.
Oh Jesus, never
Not
mind.
twinks, just female.
There's both.
That's a new thing, honestly.
I'm thinking of Guild
Yeah.
Wars is what I'm thinking of. The cat guy you can be in
Oh,
Guild
yeah,
Wars too.
I can't think what they're
You've
called
mentioned
right
that
now,
before.
but yeah, they're full on kitty cat men.
Yeah,
and then that's what they
gigantic.
added in 14 too. Like
Oh.
they made like Kamari from Final Fantasy X, if you know him. who's just,
Yo,
like,
my
a-
dude.
is a cat like humanoid persona, whereas the others they had before are just the cat ears and tail.
Kimari is cool though because he's like not a total dork. Like he's stoic and quiet. Like he's a cat. I mean, he is a cat man
Yeah.
for sure.
He's
But
a cool character. It doesn't
I
come off
feel
as
like-
just like furry bait. in
He's
the
a
game.
cat man for
Completely.
sure.
Exactly.
Very bait.
Dude, he is, but he's awesome. I
Yeah.
feel like Final Fantasy like really ramped up the furriness in
Uh,
the newer games.
It's been around for a long time. Like it's
It's been
kind of
around,
like a
but there's, like, a
recurring
little bit
joke
of it.
since 9, which came out in like 2000, and like half
Right.
the characters are like furries to some degree.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
But But it's like, I don't know, it's not all just like weird, or it's
Dude,
not like
9?
corny shit.
9 is so funny, dude. The script of that game is so hilarious.
Yeah, it's very goofy and charming. But yeah, that's it, kind of the thing too. There's also like a lot of fan service for like every single other entry for the game, which is like you don't have to get it to really enjoy it necessarily, but there's like
right.
extra little stuff.
That's another thing that's really holding me back from it is I just don't fucking care. Like not only is it like indistinguishable from like Vindictus, it is like that game was amazing. I have like 2,000 hours in Vindictus. I just don't care about the like. I don't know. There's something about the Final Fantasy like universe where I'm just like, oh now we're here, oh now we're there, oh now we're here, oh now we're there.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to care.
Yeah, that's kind of how some of the games are. Like as I'm thinking about them, you're kind of just moving to disconnected locations. Like that's part of a journey, but it's just kind of like random. It's like you're jumping from Mario worlds essentially. Like here's desert, now it's ocean, and like jungle world, and like it's just it does a little bit of that in like the main series of games. But I think if you pay attention to at least like the main story cutscenes and like just sit and kind of read them, like it helps you get a bit more immersed compared to WoW, where it's like, here, go collect 10 monkey butts and come right back here. Like,
hey come on, don't talk about him like
that. But like you do have like a lot of like the kill quest thing, but also what's nice is that it auto picks up everything, so you don't have to sit there and loot everything. Yeah,
okay,
but like,
okay.
if you give it a chance, like I think because the vanilla is like kind of like I'm like, yeah, this is kind of tropey, but it also like kind of works for me. But I want to see where it goes because there's more interesting twists. And when you're talking about the revival thing, if you don't know the story, that 14 is actually like a rebuild of the original 14 they released, because it's Final Fantasy 14: A Realm Reborn is the vanilla content, because the original 14 was a disastrous launch that had tons of bugs and like was horribly kind of set up. So then they were like, okay, this is shit, we're not going to completely scrap it, but they made an in-universe explanation saying that Bahamut the dragon came and like fucked everything, and then all the warriors of light like died trying to prevent the whole world from exploding or whatever. So now the world was just kind of reborn after being like nearly destroyed.
I gotta.
It's like, it sounds goofy, but like it's kind of cool how it's in lore, in universe explanation for a rebuild of the game.
No, you're so pretty. I still feel like more enticed by Lord of the Rings Online. Like whatever that god awful tism is, I feel like I'm. But I mean,
I think it's because fucking Star Wars.
Oh man, if Star Wars Galaxies was still up, I'd play that. Star Wars Galaxies.
But Lord of the Rings has an advantage though of being fucking Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, the progenitor of modern fantasy.
Yeah. Oh my god. And
but that's
also still a cool, unique take on it. And I feel like a lot of people do it a little bit more on the nose. But Lord of the Rings is just, it's so cool. Read the books, everybody. Oh my god.
True.
Never.
It's my favorite book.
They're incredible.
I'm a fucking chump.
It's just so fun to hear how he talks about everything and how he describes everything and all the. It's just every single thing is so clever. Oh, it's so cool.
He really is the. I mean, a lot of people like cite him as like an influence, but he really took like a lot of old mythology and really modernized like the concept of fantasy. It literally is just an absolute like literature masterpiece. It's unbelievable. Yeah. Anyways, let's take a step on the wild side, fellas.
More rabbit porn, bro.
No, Dying Light 2 developer says there are no development problems. They simply announced the game too early. For everyone who cares, which is Bear.
I care. I love Dying Light. It's probably one of my favorite games. I can just say I had a lot of fun with.
Yeah.
You know, it's nothing like my like top 10. Well, maybe, but it's like, it's not like my number one game of all time. But Dying Light, it was such a good, because I like Dead Island and all, like, I like zombie games. I
Dead
think that when
Island's
they're done
fun.
well, they can be pretty fun, and
Sure.
especially the fact there's such a co-op emphasis. So, when like Dying Light came out, I played through it. I like distinctly remember like good times of like running around at nighttime with only your fists and just having like this fucking stupid like beatdown on these like zombie. And it's just everything was fun about it. So when Dying Light 2 was announced and they showed off all these features and everything, I was so ecstatic. And then just delay after delay.
Yeah, it was like
hit me with every-
2015, I think they announced it.
Yeah, it's just constantly like put back. And I mean, I'm glad it's not a case of development hell and more just they're just stupid and they might have just
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
shot their shot too early. But whatever as long as they like continue to be like, because during all this as well, I should emphasize, they've released regular updates for Dying Light. They've released content
Really?
drops like
Still?
every like yeah, they release like, obviously it's not something like, look at this new landmass you can run around in. But it's like stuff like there's a new custom zombie, like a funny little zombie night will happen where all
Oh, yeah.
zombies have hats and stuff, or they'll release a new weapon or like a new schematic or like new outfits it's like it feels like it's on a monthly basis nearly.
Yeah, like a
So-
few of them a month. Wow.
I'll give credit, they've kept the game alive, but like it's like, yeah, I mean, I'm very eager for them to finally be like, hey, Dying Light 2's coming out finally. So
Yeah. I mean, with that stuff, it's like it's no secret that the business side of software and development and stuff is like at war with the actual, coding side and like being
mm,
aware of what's possible and what type of a thing and what type of a time frame, So
right.
some of that stuff is like, maybe they fucked up by releasing it too early, but ultimately, as long as the game is done right when it's done, hopefully it's worth it.
True.
Not to disagree with you, Bear, but
No, it's fine.
Whoa, bro. No. Yeah, so
blah.
there's that. That Dying Light was fun. It's man, how's that Dead Island 2 coming? Eee. I don't think that's
Remember that trailer with funny Jack Black and
Eee.
the guy from Breaking Bad, Jesse Pinkman?
Okay, fellas, I'm gonna lay a real unpopular opinion. It's actually probably not
Here we
gonna be
go.
unpopular. Stop it.
Oh.
Stop it. Let me get it out. Pokemon Legends Arceus
Sorry.
Here we go.
looks
Sorry, continue.
so fucking bland.
Oh.
It looks so unbelievably shitty, contrived, like Nintendo 2018 tier bullshit. It looks.
What is it?
So
What's
it's
it called?
It's the open world Pokemon game,
Eh.
but
Ugh.
it looks like they hired the guy who made those like Ocarina of Time in Unreal Engine 4, 4K, 120 FPS. Like
Yeah.
it looks worse than that, and the Pokemon have this like weird comic book like shake and jitter to them, and like it looks atrocious, and everyone's like like Reddit face, like Reddit wow
Reddit
face.
face.
Like
They Reddit.
it looks
yeah, this looks not very.
yeah, it looks
I
so
mean, I'm not a Pokemon guy, but
I know
it
it's
doesn't look very
early. I know it's supposed to be early footage, but ouch! Like it literally does look like that meme. I mean, knowing me and my consumer brain, I'm still probably gonna get it and try it. But like, I don't know.
it
Well, I
It's
don't know. It's
it
on Switch,
looks-
right? Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't look like you can go play Breath of the Wild on the same console. These pictures look bad.
yeah, they look
Yeah.
worse than like Breath of the Wild looks amazing, but like
They look significantly. Dude, these look so bad.
yeah, right. Look at it, like.
Oh my god.
The Pokemon aren't like doing anything. They're just like walking around in groups, and they're
This
setting
doesn't
it.
look that much better than like Pokemon Snap does
It-
in my memory.
They're like they put it against like Sonic 06 background, but with Pokemon on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they were like when Sword and Shield came out, everybody was saying they're Nintendo 64 trees, like over
Mhm.
time as
Yeah,
better. And it's
It's
like I don't know, it
It's a
just
plus
seems
sign of
weird.
a tree.
I know it doesn't all go to game development, but considering that Pokemon is the most lucrative franchise in the world, it's just kind of strange how like they don't care about the game.
Yeah, just imagine being like the budget guy who's like, we can't spend any more on this game. We're cutting into the profit margin. And the guy's like, dude, we make literally $1 billion off every game. He's like, nah,
Yeah.
no way, man.
Most countries.
Yeah,
Honestly,
dude.
I think that's probably a pretty good point. I assume that, big Pokemon doesn't give a shit about people that are having this conversation. They care about the literal
Big Pokemon.
60-year-olds that are going to beg for this game.
Well, I
Doesn't
think
have to be
Big
good.
Pokemon, dude.
Yeah,
Fucking.
I know. I thought you'd like that one. But like, it's Pokemon. It doesn't have to be good. I was playing Pokemon before I could read the word technique or center for that matter. I was playing Pokemon before I could understand what the
basic English.
scripts were. Yeah, exactly. Like, I didn't know what I was doing, but I was still like, they're getting that kid. This doesn't really have to be that good.
Right. And the target demographic is still children. I think a lot of Redditors think
Yeah,
it's for
exactly.
them.
Well, it's a big surprise there.
I'm that Redditor. I think it should be for
Yeah.
me. I wish it could be like it could be as contrite and shitty as Pokemon has been for the last like 5 years. It just could look way better.
The thing that's
It could
weird
look
though,
good.
it's just maybe just because it's where the rest of the money is. I mean, it is, but like the card game is like really good, and like they've been having like a lot of interesting like new mechanics and like art and like ideas and shit for it. And apparently the shows have been pretty good too. But it's just weird that the games, which are like the root of it all, are getting shafted more than any other part of it.
Yeah, that's really, really weird.
Well, and they just shit. I just feel like from the time I moved to Florida until I moved back, I feel like they just shit out like 6 games. It was like Black and White 2, and then what? The first Sun and Moon, and then
X and Y,
X and Y.
and then the Gen 3 remakes,
Right.
Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby, and then Sun and Moon,
Moon,
Ultra Sun
Sun
and
and
Moon, and then Sword and Shield.
and then Pokemon Eevee and Pikachu.
Yeah, Let's Go. I forgot
Yeah,
about that.
and those were considered like full games. They weren't like they have just shit out so much. God,
Well, I
They
think
should do,
I
they should do
think
Pokemon Cock and Balls. Sorry.
Pokemon Cock and Pokemon Balls.
But
Continue, Dylan. I'm terribly sorry.
I lost my train of thought. You distracted me.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, I think it's just that there was like a lot of kind of consecutive duds, I guess, with
Yes.
like
yeah.
like 'cause it was like kind of up and down because we had Black and White, like Gen 5, which was god tier,
Very good.
and then the spin-off games were kind of shitty,
Extremely
and
good.
then Gen 6 was, I thought it was fun, but it just kind of was like, look, it's 3D.
Yeah,
And then-
it severely lacked depth. That is
Yeah,
like
it,
the
like-
beginning of the end, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
it basically was. Like, I don't think going 3D is necessarily like a bad idea, which I'll explain in a second, but like X and Y was like pitifully easy. And then like the Gen 3 remakes are actually pretty fun, and like they weren't like as completely easy as X and Y was, but it still was like toned down from what original Gen 3 was, and those were solid. But then Gen 7 was good too, but it had like really bad like hardware issues. Like the game, like FPS tanked really hard, even though it wasn't a big upgrade from the previous generation. But those were pretty good.
Nice.
And then fucking Let's Go, which was like ultra baby mode for like kids who played Pokemon Go, and then Sword and Shield, which is another ultra baby mode with shitty graphics. Like just the 2 duds in a row after kind of mixed things before it. Just, I don't know.
Dude, and I bet Pokemon Legends is gonna just like fucking hotcakes. Like unbelievable, off the shelves.
Well, what do you think is going to do better, the Gen 4 remake or Legends?
Legends. I think because the Gen 4 one looks fucking bad too, dude. The fucking dumbass 3D chibi stuff. Like, dude, Just put my dick in the meat grinder. Just get it over with. What? I'm so sad. Like, you're just making a choice
Shad.
to make these fucking stupid ass looking. This is just me bitching now. I don't.
You are a bitcher. So.
I think Legends is gonna like put Pokemon on the map again. I feel like you put the words Pokemon and open world next to each other, and you could literally release a game and have like the N-word somewhere in the code, and people are going to fucking buy it. Pokemon next to open world, dude. There could be like Hitler. There could be like Hitler references in there. There could be like Japanese revenge references in there. Dude. You could put anything in there, and people are gonna be like, "I'll buy that." Yeah, bro. Open world Pokemon. What, dude? Fucking Reddit face. Oh,
Japan nukes the United States.
Yeah, dude. Exactly. And people will be like, "Wow, open world. I can catch this Mudkip out in the wild. This Mudkip isn't even near mud. It's in the desert, and I can just catch it. Isn't that great?"
Yep.
Yeah. God, guys, man. Please. Pokemon. I'm so upset. Fucking, hey, Game Freak, if you're listening, fuck you.
I'll stick to listening to my friend Will talk about playing ROM hacks. Thank you very much.
Ooh, ROM hacks are so much fun. See, listen. Okay, here. I can do this. Never buy another Pokemon game ever. There are literally tens of hundreds of great ROM hacks out there with better quality Pokemon, and it's still 2D. So don't waste any more of your money. Don't give Game Freak any kind of attention or signal boost. Go play some ROM hacks because they're fantastic.
True, I think.
Or don't. You do you.
No, don't listen to Barrett. That's terrible advice.
Yeah,
stop giving Pokemon money. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. Oh, go on.
It's not Pokemon related, but I saw something interesting that made me think of You Fine Gentlemen. I don't know if Dylan plays this, but at least made me think of two of You Fine Gentlemen. Monster Hunter Rise.
Yes, that did come out.
Very disappointed it was on Switch, but it looks really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no experience so far. I just saw a couple ads for it, and I was like,
It's been getting good reviews from what I hear. It's like it's well liked in the Switch community, but
they're just doing the Monster Hunter pattern. They did this with like between 2 and 4. They did Monster Hunter Tri, and then Monster Hunter 3, both of which did not need to fucking be on the Wii U, and regular Wii respectively, because it doesn't. It needs.
Can the 3DS?
What'd you say, Sean?
One of them.
What did need to be on the
Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate was on the 3DS, which was good because it was originally a handheld thing. It's very weird to play Monster Hunter on a console. I don't know. It felt not great, but it on the 3DS was very good. Monster Hunter 4U is one of my favorite Monster Hunters, right behind 2 Unite. Very good game. I think Rise is just a way for them to get people hyped for the next PC Monster Hunter, which is going to be pretty
exciting.
Yeah, dude,
very exciting.
We've talked about Capcom on this podcast before in that, not unlike Pokemon, and also from the same place, they print money, and Monster Hunter in particular is like Pokemon in Japan. It's obviously not as big, but Monster Hunter is like huge, like unbelievably big in Japan. And Monster Hunter World is there was a record that they broke. I don't remember. Do you guys remember what it was?
It
was just 5K.
Maybe. I feel like they had it was like the most sold. Like it had the most copies sold. What was the Bear's finding right now? Hold
on. Looking. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it shipped 6 million copies in a span of 2 weeks, managing to break the record of Capcom's fastest moving title ever.
Wow.
So
yeah I'm looking at one from May 2020. Monster Hunter World has reached 15.7 million units sold.
Wow. Take that.
Monster Hunter World was massive.
It is the best selling Capcom game by like almost 7 million units.
Holy shit. I'm more of a Mega Man X man myself.
Yeah,
okay, buddy.
you and you. So, um, no, I'm just kidding.
Most of us are.
Mega Man's probably cool if I, you know, never mind. I'm just gonna be super mean. Anyways,
Fair.
I think Rise is priming people for the next one, and I think whatever comes next is gonna be amazing because Capcom might have like, you know, they're not real consistent about stuff. Besides they've never made a bad Monster Hunter. Besides Try, but even Try was okay.
Biased.
But they have so much money. They
do.
so much money for this. They have an insane amount of money. And Capcom's not that stupid. I mean, they're pretty stupid, but they're not that stupid. And people loved it. Monster Hunter World is, in my opinion, one of the best received games that they ever did. And that, because it's got to be killing it on Steam right now. Hold on.
Monster Hunter?
It's gone down like active players, but they definitely, I'm pretty sure they sold a lot of copies of World. It
They
used to.
It
we
has
tried-
it has 182,000 reviews on Steam. Holy shit!
in the last 24 hours, it has 31,000 players playing, and within the hour, it's had 13,000 people playing. So its numbers are like green and red and green and red. It's like consistent.
Wow. I'm just marveling at this wonderful game again. Anywho, I am so excited, guys. I've totally forgot about it. We pretty much did everything there was to do in Monster Hunter.
And we still didn't do everything we had to do. There's
True.
still like
There's so-
content we
what-
just never got around to.
There's like so much what do you call it? Tempered, what's the really hard
Tempered,
tempered
yeah.
one? Yeah,
There's like all that stuff,
the
and there was like a
orange.
bunch of like
the orange ones. Yeah.
crossover monsters they released, and then Monster
God, I hate
Hunter,
that. That is, the only, that is the only thing bad I have to say about Capcom is I'm tired of like getting a Mega
Crossovers.
Man Palico or a Sonic Palico or a Resident Evil
Dude, the Mega Man Palico was great. What are you talking about?
or like they just do so many crossover events or like the Final Fantasy like
I like that
Beast
one.
thing.
the beginning.
Yeah.
I like that one. I think it was cool because the actual hunt itself changed up a lot with like numbers and everything.
True. That was such an AIDS hunt though. Do you remember it?
That is, Behemoth is like a super stupidly
It
not
took
necessarily.
us so
like,
long.
It's like a dumbass fucking. There's a lot of those monsters looking back that are just like, I understand they're meant to be hard and you're meant to adapt and evolve to it, but it's like, dude, it's like
There were certain,
banging my head against the wall.
yeah, well, they got so experimental with World is what made it so cool. Is they were like, hey, what if you had just a zone where you just lose health all the time? And I'm like, that
Ooh.
sounds like a
Yeah,
horrible. The
yeah.
miasma stuff and the
And like
rotting
the fire,
under,
you're
whatever.
getting too hot, so you're fucking dying apparently. Like,
yeah, I mean that's
Yeah.
always been in there. But the poison one was like, okay, but this thing also shoots caca. He's a caca beam. The Valhazak.
yeah.
Yeah.
Easiest of the Elder Dragons
Sounds like a
besides
dude
like
who's diarrhea.
Nergigante, but
Dude.
Nergigante was really hard.
No,
from
he's
what I heard.
not. He's the easiest.
no way.
Isn't the one that we like died on a million times, or was that
Maybe like the
I think
the
you're
first
thinking-
time we were doing it, maybe.
Or
but-
like Lunestra. Lunestra's
Lunestra was a
easily the
bitch.
hardest one.
Oh, I take that to fall asleep.
funny?
Shut
Yeah,
up,
what-
Shrill.
It was, yeah, I think it was the Nergigante. I mean, there's like a few times that
Really?
you do as these throwaway fights, but I remember like a bunch of us were playing it. I don't remember if it was just because of communication errors and we were always losing somebody, but I also
That-
Oh
remember
man, I forgot about that.
somebody was dying like every time. But maybe that was because of our party. I don't remember.
I'm-
Ooh.
I'm might be Caribou actually, but you know, insect glade by the way.
Yeah, dude. Didn't age well.
No, I recall we went through Nergigante so many times just because he was like all of his shit was like really good to use.
Yeah,
and like
when everyone dropped
Yeah.
off and it was just me and Bear playing, I think the last time we checked, we have like almost 100 Nergigante kills. It's like
Yeah, we
in
just-
there. It's like we just
Poor-
farmed it.
poor guy just can't catch a
Yeah,
break.
dude. And then like when the tempered one came out, arch tempered is what the orange thing is called. Like all his variants, we just like beat his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just his stuff was
Rightfully
always just
so.
like raw attack, and we were like, we don't need anything else. Fucking, what are you talking about?
Just stab this monster in the
Yeah.
skull with his axe.
Yeah, and he drops like attack jewels and shit. So like other
Yeah,
people, other
that
people
too,
strategize and make builds, and we're just like, well, I have 4, level 3 attack jewels, so
Blow me.
throw them in. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. It's good.
Time for some bad
I
news,
play.
fellas.
Uh-oh.
Okay, you ready?
Okay. Yeah.
Rainbow Six Siege reaches 200,000 concurrent players on Steam, breaking several
Breaking.
records.
Yeah, that is sad because
I don't even understand.
Siege is a discussion where I think we need to have Cole on, and it's like we need to dedicate the episode to it because there's a lot with Siege.
We should
but
do that, actually. That's a good idea. He wanted to do a Warzone one, and I'm like, I don't know if there's a lot to talk about with Warzone.
We've already done it like a BR discussion, but
Yeah.
it would be nice maybe like in an off segment to like give Warzone another look at, like a review or whatever.
Sure.
I guess.
We can touch back on it since
Yeah,
both have
'Cause-
been playing it a little bit more lately.
yeah, but just to do a quick like thing on the whole Siege. If you're wondering, that's a good news. What are you talking about? Siege is like it. We played in its prime, I'd say, like prime Siege.
Absolutely.
And looking back on it at what it is now, it's just sad. It's like such a mess of like pro players intersecting in like segments of where casual players just want to chill out. And it's just the game. There's a lot of design decisions personally which I found really infuriating.
I'm glad we played when we did. I was thinking about that the other
Mhm.
day. There's a lot of things about
Sure.
Siege that have happened where I'm very thankful we really played at, I think, what was some of the best times for Siege, because and I'm glad they're doing so well, because I'm glad the series didn't just like die.
True.
But they just have never handled it the way it should have been. And the second they got like esports, like, blood in the water, like you kind of knew where it was going. And the new operators seemed like they were geared more towards that. It was.
I think a big thing which really set me off Siege, and again, we'll probably go into more discussion about this in an episode, but the moment where, and this is, I'm not trying to be mean, but like, if anyone knows Bikini Birdie, that funny, whatever accent he is,
I don't know
Siege
what he
tuber.
is, yeah.
Yeah. When he was like, let's add the ACOG on the Boss G. After that, the game I felt just started rolling into this like spiral of shit. So
Siege
for me, anyway.
Siege suffered so bad from like, well, we had this discussion whether do you ride streamer dick or do you not ride streamer dick.
true.
Ubisoft was like, listen,
Aha.
not only are we riding your dick, you have an office in Montreal if you'd like to come by. They're like, what do you mean? They're like, you have an office. We have a Bikini Bodhi office. We have a Russian Badger office. We have a Anthony Pitt office. Just come on in and give us all your dumb ass opinions. And then you can go next to the giant auditorium where we house and detain all the pro players. And we use them as a think tank for everything that you guys can't get done. And everyone else on the outside looking in, you're like, wow, this seems like a really bad idea. And no, it's great. The game is amazing. It's never been better.
Let's remove maps. You know what we should do this season? Let's, instead of adding content, let's redo content, because that's what we do for 4 seasons. So
Oh man,
that's content, guys. Hey, you know this operator with this gun? This new
dude.
operator, same
And then
gun.
here's the other thing: they just stopped adding guns. They were like, "There's enough guns in the game." What?
I understand the balancing side of it, but to me, that seems like a fucking scam when I'm like paying for this season pass
Yeah.
and these operators, and they're like, this is reused content. It's a skin with like an operator device that lets me fucking zip to a window, or I've now got a sniper rifle that downs people instantly. But wait, don't you already have a operator with a sniper rifle? Yeah, but that's not his ability. Is like not like the sniper isn't his ability. It's fuck.
Yeah,
Jesus,
they
fuck.
just they clearly just started running out of like good ideas, and
Yeah.
I just don't understand who plays the game. I also don't see it on social media. That's the other thing I was gonna say. I don't
Yeah.
like
yeah.
you see on like Instagram or you get all these horrible like Facebook Live like, dude, that disabled gamer. Can we get him on the podcast?
Probably. There's a lot of disabled gamers on Facebook. Which,
Yeah, where they have like mouth like gamer
Yeah.
control. Dude,
It's
that
kind of it's wild to watch them like they blow into the mic and they get like a fucking headshot or something.
dude,
Like,
they're
it's what
like-
the fuck?
no, they're like, this is like not me making fun. Like,
It is incredible.
it's
The people that
unbelievable
play
to
with
watch,
their
and they're like
toes.
not bad. Yeah, it's like they're better than like console players. Like they're like definitely a step
True.
up on the
Not
food
me,
chain.
I'm sure.
Probably.
That's sad, Sean.
No,
That's
come on.
sad.
Sean has got a
Not that good.
Sean's got a drinking problem. Okay, leave him alone.
What?
Actually, I'll be right back.
It was pretty funny. Let's move on from see. We should do a Siege video. We should talk about that with Cole.
It'd be good.
That's a good idea. I'll talk to him after this. Drum roll, please. The Overwatch Mobile.
What?
Overwatch Mobile.
No.
Yes.
Blow me.
Overwatch Mobile.
No.
No.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
No.
Overwatch Mobile.
No.
Yeah. It's
No.
yes.
Is it as good as
Like
PUBG?
a port or a mobile game inspired by Overwatch?
Both of them, no. Fuck that. No. There's no need. It's
Overwatch style mobile game.
It's like an
No.
open secret at Blizzard right now that they are working on an Overwatch mobile game alongside Overwatch 2.
it is such a like we want more money. How do we ship it to like the MOBA crowd who are like who just throw money at everything because they have 2 brain cells? So
Why would they? I
It-
mean, in their defense, though, why would they do anything else?
I don't know.
No.
Like I don't.
Just
You
how
know,
it-
it's you know, I feel like they should like kind of respect the idea of the fans want new content. They want new idea. They want something out of their games. But like mobile games is so. You don't have to be a game. You don't have to be like a game developer or like some like weird like an analytical professor or whatever to know that gamers don't like fucking mobile games. You know,
Yeah.
like it is.
Blizzard respecting gamers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Funny
that
thing.
too. What the fuck did they think when you like? Oh, by the way, we're making an Overwatch mobile game. Did they not? Do they not remember what happened to fucking like Diablo on mobile?
Oh
Like,
yeah. Well, and
Like
I
you.
don't have phones?
well,
Oh, dude.
part of me is almost like I almost get the Diablo one because like okay, I guess like I feel like Diablo translates way better to mobile than fucking
A first
yeah, a
person
first
shooter.
person
You know what it-
shooter.
You know what it's gonna be? It's gonna be either like one of those like Clash Royale clones, but with Overwatch, or it's gonna be one of those like turn-based RPGs, 4 dudes in a row type of game.
You know what? I'd take that. I'd be fine with that. But if they're like Overwatch 1 ported to your phone, dude, what? What?
I doubt it's a port.
I want a card battle game.
No,
Could be that too.
we already have that. Yeah, dude. What if we're just like,
Riot made their League of Legends one, so
yeah, dude,
Blizzard's like, hey, why not?
yeah. If only
Forgot about
Blizzard had
that.
another card game.
Yeah, Hearth
Why-
Laser.
Yeah. Yeah, Hearthcraft. I don't. I've been thinking about Overwatch 2, partially because I watched that Donkey video that he just did.
I don't watch Donkey. I'm sorry.
That's okay. You know what? They could do a lot with Overwatch 2, and I think they might because I think Blizzard's a little bit. I think they've gotten their ass handed to them a little bit recently. With like the Diablo stuff and the Hearthstone
Rightfully
stuff, and
Wait, is there a bad thing with the Diablo stuff? Because I thought like 4 and 2 remaster, remake, whatever was supposed to be looking decent.
yeah. Well, that's
Well,
my
yeah.
thing. That's been apparently on the up and up in the development team, and Overwatch 2 looks like I'm thinking they're probably gonna do right by people for it. I think Overwatch 2 will
Right.
probably. It seems superfluous and like they probably don't need to make an Overwatch 2. And we've gone back and forth on that before, but I think they're going to add some new stuff. I think it'll be a full game. I don't think it's going to be like 3 new maps and like you can like no.
Fight
What,
robots who
yeah, the
barely-
thing I was about to say, yeah, like Tracer's pussy is
It's fucking huge.
yeah, is hairy or not hairy, and that's
Ew.
like the chain. Yeah, and you're like, well, and they're like $60, please, and you're like that TikTok of that. Oh my god, there's this TikTok I saw that I don't know why I'm remembering it, but it's like this like country girl, this horse girl, and it's like a TikTok thing where she's like LARPing, being told she has to get the vaccine or die. Have you guys seen this one?
No.
Dude, it's like she's like, I won't. All the other people are like, I'll take it. And like, do you want to take the vaccine? She's like, I won't do it. And they're like, if you don't take it, we're gonna have to kill you, right? And she's like, do it. And it's like playing this like horrible like 2000s alternative like Lifehouse rock in the background, and she like puts her head up to be killed, and then God appears and like saves her, and he's like, well done, my child.
What does this have to do
I
with
don't know. I'm just thinking of... It's so fucking cringy, dude. I want to find it so bad. I don't know. I'm sorry. I was just thinking.
Yeah, that particular TikTok is so cringy.
Do you know the one I'm talking about?
That singular one is cringe.
Oh.
No, they're all pretty bad. But no, I haven't seen that one.
Hold on. I'm going to find it really quick.
Dude, the one that you sent me, I had seen it, but the one that you sent me where it's like the couple is walking past this girl.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that one is so bad.
Hold on, I gotta find this. Okay, never mind. I'll show it to you guys after.
Like, who knew that I was so against people expressing themselves?
Yeah. Okay. Let's bring this up. Let's bring this up really quick. I've had a lot of people recently be like, "Why don't you have TikTok?" And I'm like, I don't know if I'm like old now or what it is, but like I have zero interest in seeing what's on the app. Am I?
So, I gave into the peer pressure, as I've told you in confidence before, is that I got it to try it, but
I did. I wasn't calling you out. I was just...
No, I'm just saying, like, no, I'm not saying convincing you or anything. I want no part of it. But, like, fucking, I tried it, and it was just like, all these suck. Like, they're just all, like, not funny. Or, like, haha, what if the song lyrics were real life? Or, like, it's, I don't know, just really dumb, like,
What if I
skits.
mouth the words to this song into my phone in my bedroom?
Dude,
Right,
these Zoomers are
literally it.
crazy. I don't.
Well, the thing, it's like Zoomers, and it's like I can't tell how much of it is irony, which I think is definitely a part of it.
I think
then-
a lot less than you. As someone who works with like 15 and 16-year-olds, like I think a lot less than you think.
Yeah.
Is
I don't
ironic.
I think initially it was really ironic, but then like as it got even more popular, it became more genuine.
Well, I feel
And then there's people who are like the not to be ageist, but it's usually
Uh-oh.
like the over 30 crowd, just anyone, or I should just say, I don't know, over 30. Like there's a lot of embarrassing stuff of people who are like trying to be hip or cool, but they really don't get it. Like when you have these moms doing like Eminem raps because they are mad at Zoomers for canceling Eminem for some reason. And then just like a lot of it's just kind of embarrassing. Like sometimes it's just kids having fun, and it's like, who cares?
Yeah.
Just it's not for me or whatever. But then it's just some people are like, I don't know. A lot of it's just painful to watch to me. That's like I can't tell if like I hate young people, and I'm also a young person.
Yeah,
But
I just feel like I'm getting old. Like whenever, like I have people at work who show me stuff, and they're like 21. They're like, "Have you seen this TikTok?" And I'm like, no. Unless it like managed to find its way onto like one of the cringe Instagrams I follow, which
oh god.
you guys are welcome, by the way. Because I provide you with I go looking for it. You know what I do? Every once in a while when I'm not having like a manic like panic to like work on something like I always have, the second I get like any kind of like I just want to do nothing, I just go on like #cringe. And I find it for you too.
It's rough. It is.
I send you guys some pretty heinous shit, I gotta be honest.
Yeah. Every 12 days I wake up and there's like 19 horrifically
Yeah,
like
dude.
uncomfortable TikToks.
Yeah. Some
And I'm
days I
like,
won't
"All
send
right,
any,
I'm-
but
I'm
then
double tapping a lot of videos.
you better
You just
watch
need-
those,
oh.
you fucker.
I watch them, but dude, it's so difficult. It
They're so
hurts
good,
so
dude.
much. I watch them for you, but it hurts
Thank
me
you, dude.
so
They're
much.
so good, dude. That one, there's one recently that I thought of that was really great. The one where it's like a guy in like some Hispanic country and he's speaking Spanish, and then it goes across the cat girl graffiti, and he's like "Oni-chan," and he's like speaking Spanish while he says it. Yeah,
He
that
sent
one's
me
so
that
good.
one.
Yeah, that's good.
Dude, it's like rough. Like it'll be like I don't know, like 12 at night, and I'll be like lying down. I'll be watching like a show or something on like Netflix or fucking Disney or whatever it's fucking stupid sites are. And suddenly I look down at my phone. It's like, oh, notification from my good buddy Pudding House. I look at it, and it's just some fat dude in like with cat ears or something. I'm like, that's horrible. And I
Yeah.
close my phone. I'm like, another notification. What's this? Cole sent it to me. This exact same video.
That's the video.
And then it's just this constant back and forth of like I have 17 messages from Hayden, and then I have like 15 from young pastor, and they're all just the same video.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
like, I
sorry. Yeah, there's
Fair.
can't-
a
Fuck,
bit
man.
Bear's phone is like beep.
It is. It's like
of-
I like look at it, and because my phone gives like the blue like blinking thing when there's a notification. It's like, and I hate it. So I'm like, oh, get that out of here. I put my phone back down. It's back. Like it's like, what? Come on.
Dude,
Like,
why did you tell me that? I know exactly what to do. Holy shit. This is perfect.
It's awful, dude. Like, oh my goodness.
Whew. Yeah, anyways, that's not going to stop anytime soon. So,
The
buckle
ones
up.
that really get me the worst are the ones where it's like really cringe people trying to be like really tough or aggressive. They're like, you really want to like
Oh,
cross me? Corniest
yeah.
shit of all time. It's
Yeah,
like,
the
dude, you're like,
worst.
That's really
you're
bad.
like hunched over your phone in your fucking kitchen. Like, oh my god.
Although it's not necessarily a TikTok thing, my ultra like cringe thing that gets to me is when you force your like bit onto other like strangers.
That's
Like-
horrible.
Like
Oh,
I cannot watch it. Like you know that ancient like Little Caesars grime step video where the guy's doing like the beatboxing kind
I
of
don't
thing.
know.
It's like a
Mhm.
really old video, but it's just kind of like he starts doing making these stupid noises at somebody, and then I don't know, just involving other people with it. Like if it's at home in their bedroom, then it's like, whatever. That's kind of embarrassing. But then when it's like when you
Right.
involve other people, like I can't
Oh,
watch.
dude,
Like
have you
Yeah.
seen the Fortnite Boogie Bomb one where there's these
oh
these-
no, that's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, there's these like
dude.
two like
Oh my
14-year-olds
God.
sitting like at a park bench, and this family comes up, like a mom, a dad, and two kids. And the dad goes up and throws the boogie bomb and starts just Fortnite dancing, and he's like, "Come on, do a dance. I know you got one. Do a dance." And these kids are like, "Dude, what are you?" It's unbelievable. That one's one of the most
Oh,
uncomfortable videos I have ever seen.
Dude, it's horrible. It's because the dad walks up as well, and he's like, "You guys like Fortnite?" And it's just fucking breaks down. Like negotiations just die. Like, oh my fucking god.
Man, I can't.
Ah,
Yeah, you guys
Crying.
are lucky to have a friend like me, because
yeah.
it's nonstop, dude.
yeah,
That's
it's like whenever I'm having a really good day, I just remember that Hayden's there to
ruin it.
bring me
immediately.
down with some
Oh
like
yeah.
lip syncing. To
unbelievable ones, dude. Every once in a while I'll find one where I'm like, I literally have to bookmark this. I have to go onto my computer and fucking bookmark this.
I have to drag this onto my bookmarks.
Yeah,
bar. I have to make a file, rename it, put this in that. That's all I got.
It's what a great bit. What a good bit. Okay, I got one more news item, and then we can spiral off into whatever. We can stop. You guys ready for this one? This one I'm excited about. A European Commission confirms that Microsoft is indeed allowed to buy Bethesda, and that deal went through,
Good.
I think, yesterday. Or the day
Hell
before.
yeah. Let's
Oh.
go.
Microsoft now owns the shit-eating studio known as Bethesda.
But that
That's-
shit-eating studio generate lot of money.
Yeah. Well, and Microsoft doesn't like totally let their IPs just turn to shit. So I'm
Kinda.
actually extremely well, I mean, like, what's a really bad Microsoft IP right now?
Halo,
That's
because
fair.
Infinite's never gonna come out.
They're working
Shut up.
on it.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna beat you.
Shut up, gun. What else? I can't think of one that Microsoft is like, okay, I'll just let this degenerate into fucking caca.
What are
Rare,
notable ones?
the Rare fucking
Rare's
studio.
not a studio.
Rare's just
It's
this like
not a
weird.
studio anymore. They used to make all the Brit Bonger Animals with Googly Eyes games, and then now they made Connect games, and then now they don't make anything. And also,
They make Sea of Thieves and shit.
what do they make?
Sea of Thieves.
Rare made
Oh.
Sea of Thieves?
Oh,
Yeah,
I
they made
forgot
Sea of
about that.
Thieves, and they've been like doing They did Killer Instinct if you're into that.
Oh yeah,
Well,
that's
Gears
true.
of War.
But still, no Banjo.
Well, that's
Blue.
Microsoft. Yeah, Microsoft has a bunch of IPs that are like not dying because I think they probably have a cattle prod that's like, okay, we're gonna release the game really really early and really really unfinished, and what is it? Is it Phil Spencer? Is that the Microsoft guy? He just like he's like opening the door with the cattle prod. It like sounds like sounds like a fucking tornado. It's
Todd Howard.
yeah.
Todd Howard is like, oh hey Phil, it's got to die.
Yeah. I think they keep a pretty tight ship for a lot of them. But I'm excited because like then Fallout 76 could not possibly ever happen again.
True.
True.
I mean, it'll be interesting to see what comes out of it in this current generation for the consoles, because obviously you have the PS5 and the Xbox One fucking I don't know what it's called. So it'd be interesting to see if they exclusively like push that onto some games.
Now
But,
that
well, I
would
don't
be a
know,
great
right.
idea. Anything we can do to remove content from Sony is okay in my book.
Yeah, it's kind of like really not looking good for Sony. Like, obviously they have like these they have like I'd say these like they're decent exclusives. Like God of War, I thought was really good, but it's like their main competitor, which is Xbox, also has a giant PC market going for it as well. So it's like
that's an interesting point. I've always, PS4 always just had like really lukewarm games for me. Like I never liked like adventure games like God of War, and I'm trying to think of other PS4 exclusives or PS
Last of
exclusives.
Us,
Yeah, Uncharted. Like
Ghosts of Tsushima.
yeah, like
third-person broody
yeah,
games.
yeah,
Cinematic.
story-driven cinematic games.
Yeah.
But I never thought about that from the perspective that like not only does Xbox have games that are fun, but they also have another 200 billion people who are playing on PC as well. Wow. Yeah, and you can't even get a fucking PS5 right now because they're like getting scalped.
That's the thing that I was hearing on a different podcast, I'm pretty sure it was, and it's talking about how PlayStation kind of doesn't have a corner of like a market anymore, and it's banking entirely on the exclusives, because with Xbox you have like you're saying, like the Game Pass and stuff, so they both have both PC and console and all the cross-platform stuff, and then Nintendo has the complete corner of the market for mobile stuff, as well as all their own exclusives and stuff.
True.
Because, like, I mean, I don't know. Say what you will about the Switch being underpowered, but it's still a mobile, like, handheld console, and like
it's a fantastic console. I mean,
Right,
it's got the best Nintendo games that they've done in 10 years. Easy.
Yeah, and it has like a lot of that backlog and like back catalog, and I think the Switch is fucking great, and it's the best. But like Nintendo has always had great handhelds, and PlayStation tried. Like PSP was pretty good. PS Vita was like, was like dead on arrival. Not by its own fault. It's just like they didn't put a lot of effort in supporting it, especially in the West, because otherwise you would get it for like, if you're a bit of a weeb, you'd get it to play Persona 4 Golden, and then if you're a turbo weeb, you get like Project Diva, Hatsune Miku, and a whole bunch of other anime RPGs that nobody's heard of.
Yeah, and that's the other like corner that they have is like exclusives, but the exclusives are for like
Very,
like,
very
very sad Redditors.
essentially. Like yeah, like the standard like user I don't think is gonna obviously they want to play games and they want to play games with their friends. I mean it's like a good sizable market of the games are like, hey, you can get them on Xbox and PC and you can play between them and all that kind of stuff. I don't know, it's just I don't want Sony to die out per se, but I want them to die out per se.
Yeah. I would love to see them like do something great with the console and not like, okay, here's jumble of like vaguely English words and then like an obviously Japanese word and then a number higher than 10. Like
Infinite millennia,
Racist.
Arcadia of my youth.
yeah, or like Skies of
Is that real?
Symphonia or whatever fucking dumbass like
Tales of Symphonia.
yeah, there you go. I'm sorry. Like
If your IP has the word Arcadia in it, you need to go to prison forever.
yeah, yeah. Like
That's
people
all I'm saying.
like there's only so many weebs you can like bully into getting a PS5.
$800 console.
Yeah, dude, an $800 console so you can fucking play a dating sim. Or
Dude,
sorry, an
imagine how much-
RPG dating sim.
Imagine how much money these people are going to lose when weebs become smart.
Well, they're gonna be holding on to that
I don't
money for
mean
a
that, I
little
just
bit.
thought of
Yeah.
it.
Um.
The thing about Microsoft though is I've got this list of IPs up, and now maybe we'll finally be able to get that
Here you
that
go.
Elder Scroll.
What?
Just an Elder Scroll.
I was just laughing at Bear completely calling I was doing a stupid bit.
Yeah, okay.
We can finally get that Elder Scrolls Blinks mashup that I've been talking about.
You're fucking. I hate you.
The Fallout Psychonauts.
Oh.
Oh my fucking
Ugh.
god.
Oh, Bear, you got me, dude. You smelled me a mile away.
Eh.
That was so funny.
Fucking. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Probably
I
not
mean,
that hard.
I think Microsoft, as much as they definitely dropped the ball in like more like before prior for the Xbox One generation, I'd say.
Yep.
Like they've got
Yep.
so much going for them at the moment with like the Game Pass is like I can't think of a better deal in gaming right now than that thing. $15 for like pretty much like all of like in the last like 5 maybe 10 years of EA games, like all the Battlefields, all the Dragon Ages, all the Mass Effects, all the NBAs if you're that stupid. All of those games, and now you have all of the Bethesda titles, like all the AAA titles on the
Ooh.
Game Pass.
Yeah. Now that's.
And
Oh,
they come with a full DLC. This is a big thing with Destiny. Like this was ginormous when Destiny went to the Game Pass. It brought its most recent DLC with it too. So you just so you're paying $15 for like what would be a well over $100 of investment into a game to get all the content.
God.
You know,
What
That's,
an
like,
insanely bad
insane.
business
At least,
model.
at least like
Yeah.
$60.
but they still make so much money off it, which is like I
Yeah.
don't know.
Well, no, not Game Pass. I mean Destiny. Yeah. No. The Game Pass is an amazing idea.
It's like
It's fantastic.
and like it's like you don't need a fucking Origin account either to play all the fucking games on
now
EA.
that
It's
now
like-
that's poggers.
Dude,
it's just-
I love when
don't-
I open my Epic Games launcher so that it can open the fucking
it
Origin
speaks to
launcher.
me in Chinese. So.
Yeah,
Here's the
I can open the keylogger.
here's a yeah, dude, right onto my dick. Here's the thing. I've got this great scenario in my head where so Phil Spencer's like, okay, Todd, we bought Bethesda. And Todd's the sniveling little rat in the corner. He just looks like Gollum. He looks like Gollum in like the shadow of like a vending machine. And he's like, so here's what's gonna happen. He's like, show me what's going on with Elder Scrolls 6. Or, is that the new one? 6 is the new one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Todd's like,
Feels got like a cigar in
he's
the
like,
mouth. Like,
it's not ready yet. He's like, you show me the progress right now. And they go in there and it's just a big cardboard fort in their conference room. I think
Smells of piss and urine and everything. Like,
yeah, I think Microsoft is gonna make sure that it does that. They don't like Fallout 4 or Fallout 76, Elder Scrolls 6. I think that Microsoft having overhead now for it is gonna be like, listen, if you're gonna fucking ruin this, you're gonna delay it another 3 years and fix it.
The
Yeah.
Fallout 76 devs come into like the development room, and they're like all meeting with like all the new Microsoft partners they're gonna work with, and the Microsoft guy's like, "Oh, so what'd you work on?" I was like, "Oh, I worked on Fallout 76." The Microsoft dude just fucking smacks him.
Yeah.
Like, it's,
Just lay off.
Well,
like the animals belong outside. You fucking
Yeah.
dude.
He's like,
Well,
"What'd you?" Oh, go on.
I was gonna say, speaking of which, that apparently I've been hearing like bits and pieces that apparently I think Fallout 76 is gonna go the way of No Man's Sky, of them like trying to fix it over time, and like I've been hearing
Into a
that they've
real
been
game.
getting like big patches and content
Well-
updates, like they didn't abandon it.
They have NPCs and stuff in it now.
Yeah,
So, you know, it only took them however long.
right. Like it's like it's like a fucking redemption arc thing. At least they're doing good, and companies are actually like giving at least somewhat of a shit about the
Yeah.
Right.
games they
Vaguely.
release.
It's just it shouldn't become a norm of like we
Yeah.
release a shitty game and then
What?
oh look it's getting better. That's
Especially
that's
not
shit.
for Bethesda.
Yeah,
Dude,
AAA
they-
games they really shouldn't have a reason for that. They have so much resources behind them.
They
manage all of that.
they walk into the conference room and Phil's sitting at the end of the at the end of the big old mahogany conference table, and he's got a revolver on the thing, and there's like 16 like Bethesda employees, and he's like wrapping his fingers on the desk. He's like, "So who suggested paid mods?" And he's like playing with the revolver. He's like,
He
"So
puts, like, a
yeah."
single bullet on the table.
It's like standing straight up.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like-
He's like, "Who said we were gonna make him pay $5 for the gorilla?" And they're like, "What?" And he like slams the desk. Dude, Phil Spencer's swinging hammer right now.
He's like spinning the chamber of the revolver.
Yeah.
Oh
Stunned.
man,
He's on the outside of the table.
Who suggested we make them pay for the gorilla?
dude, I just like it's just the idea of him just sitting there. He's like, he has the revolver in hand. He's like, taking a puff of like a Cuban cigar.
Yeah.
He's got a cowboy hat on. He's like, okay.
Yeah, he's got this like
He's got, like-
comically large like soda pop thickness cigar that he's smoking.
Like all of the Bethesda staff in the room. He's like, okay, so someone pitch me the next Fallout. He's
Yeah.
like,
It's like that meme movie scene of Hitler in the war room, and like everyone's afraid to like tell him he's just stupid. And everyone, the women outside the room are like wincing when he yells.
dude, I'd be scared of Phil Spencer. Are you kidding me?
Everything's fine as long as Tomato Town is still mein Führer.
Oh,
That's a really good meme. That one's really good.
My fear. Yeah, Phil Spencer should come on the podcast. I'd love to talk to
Dude,
him.
honestly, just DM him. Like after this one, just be like, or just add him. Be like, "Hey Phil, you want to come on?"
well, actually, with the recent news about Microsoft, we should just get Bill Gates on.
True.
Bill Gates is lame though. Like he isn't
Fair.
like a Phil Spencer.
He's
level
like
of
old
cool.
now too, and he'll be
Yeah.
like,
To be
"So
on
what
the
do you
podcast.
think about the population in Tanzania?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Why would you ask me that?"
Is that like Fortnite? Is that a Fortnite location? What's going
Yeah.
on?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think? Us rolling out some tuberculosis vaccines in Tangier? And I'm like, "In where? In an orange?" No. The answer's no.
I don't like citrus. I'm sorry.
No, thank you.
They've
Oh,
already got
dude.
vitamin C in there.
Yeah, Tangier.
Not to go.
Go on.
Not to go back to like Phil Spencer, but his gamer tag is P3 on Xbox.
What?
Mm.
Like Persona 3.
Shut up. Oh, dude, he has clips. He plays Destiny. Oh, wait, he plays a lot. He plays games a lot, actually. What the fuck? He
I kind of miss Destiny, but every
played
time
Undertales 4 days ago. Sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay. Dude, Destiny, like it was cool, and then it quit functioning. Like there were so many updates in a row where like the main quest was bugged, and
One-
it just
one
got so
second.
upsetting.
Bear, Photoshop a gun on that.
Oh, there we go. Oh, that'll be good.
That's like the perfect.
right at the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, Destiny. is a great. Well, I shouldn't say it's a great idea. Destiny is a great MMO, air quotes, for normies, and it's a fun game. They just have, number one, an insanely bad like business model for how they do DLC, and like locking like
Mm-hmm.
current stuff behind DLC.
True.
That I don't think that's a good idea, and I think you're just
Very scummy.
yeah, you're just getting whales with that, which sucks because like there's probably a lot of people who want to enjoy the game. But also, yeah, it's a fundamentally fucking broken game, and they literally drag their ass so hard to fix it.
Well, there was one like last year, the last one that I played. I don't remember any of the fucking. There was just like some th- object you had to interact with, and it just didn't work. And after like a couple days of no comment from Bungie or whoever, they were just like, "Yeah, like we're working on it, but just keep loading in and out of the zone until it works." And it was like a
Yeah.
lot. It was like a lot of like a long time. Um, and I just have my most recent memory of Destiny is just sitting in those horrible and the load screens are so long anyway, which I didn't want to complain about for a while.
ship.
Oh my god, they're so long, you know?
Yeah, dude.
They're so
Yeah.
frustrating.
It's the game. It's just it's a weird mix because I played a lot of Destiny. I played a fuck ton of Destiny.
I played a good bit, yeah.
I'm a big fan of it. I've like played all the launches and stuff, and it's like the game just I'm sure it's obviously for the better, but it says a lot about your game where the same game essentially released twice, Destiny 1 and 2. The first year is always so like it's such the first like month or so of gameplay for the release of a Destiny. It's like everyone's like, "Oh, this is the greatest thing ever. I love it." The second month comes around, everyone just starts falling off it. A year down the line, year two's announced. The game is better than it was year one. It's like it has happened twice in the exact same pattern, and it's like really sad. It speaks a lot about that game.
And it just it's unbelievable that people that are making an FPS and then like there's like competitive PvP in it, they would just have like a gun that you have to get from some dumbass fucking single player raid. Just became
Or
like
1,000 quests.
yeah, just became like the meta, and it never changed. And all people ever used was this fucking dumbass beam gun. And I was like, it took them like 5 months for it to change, and I'm like, I don't want to just play beam gun game.
Well, and it also takes 5 months to get the beam gun.
I just don't want to play
It's like
beam gun.
it-
Like, I
yeah,
just want to
Some
do
of them are
anything
like
else.
a level. Some of them it's like get 50,000 headshots. Like not really, but it's like
It
weeks and
changed.
weeks and
Yeah.
weeks of stuff.
It was really bad in Destiny 1. Like the Thorn quest line was fucking AIDS and a half. I don't know if
Yep.
anyone here got the Thorn. But
I
there's
never
like some
got
of those
any of the
quests.
crazy ones.
It
I
got
didn't
really
get any of
bad. I think they went away with a lot of it in the newest Destiny 2 thing. Like they really did a revamp of all that stuff. Like there's like do you remember do you remember those what are they lost sectors? You remember lost
Yep.
sectors? So they have a new thing in the new expansion where I think it's once a week before reset, or maybe it's like a daily thing. You can do like a lost sector, which is like really it's obviously a lot harder, but it guarantees if you do it solo exotic at your like highest light
Oh,
level.
That's
So
cool.
it's just and they can be and like I think a lot of the guns now, all the quest guns are like just in rotation for exotics. So
That's pretty cool.
it's they've like definitely gone away a bit with like the exotic quest stuff. Like if it's not in the current expansion, you just can just get it in rolls and stuff. So
Yeah.
but yeah,
There was
there's
one
that.
when I was playing. There was one it was the sniper called like Izanagi's Burden, I think. And it was like you can just kill any, it was like the metaest thing in the world, but you like couldn't get it if you weren't like really like playing like
Right.
so much and doing all the horrible boring shit, just like a ton of stuff that nobody wants to do. You just couldn't get it. You just couldn't be like good.
Yeah, the Thorn was like that as well. It's like you had to get void kills with it was like void precision headshots or void revolver kills. But the
Yeah.
only void revolver is like the furthest thing from meta you can possibly think. That would like and it's like a blue revolver, I believe.
Oh,
And it's
God.
like it's like 0 something progress per kill with the void. So like all up, it would take literally like it would take like a week of you playing to get like just over 50% nearly if you're like really good and stuff. So
Jesus. Yeah.
it's just like there's so much of like a pointless time sink into something, and it's just you get the gun and then it's like yeah, and then it falls out of meta in like the next week because someone found out you can fucking do some
Yeah, 'cause
other
you can
stupid
break the entire
shit.
game with it and do infinite
Yeah.
damage. So
Let me
instead
tell
of
you,
fixing it, they
ugh.
take it away or something.
And I know Hayden here is a big fan of the PvP. You'd hate the PvP in its current state, Hayden.
I'm
It
sure
is
I would.
like
I wanted
the
so
new
bad to
status
love.
effect they added. It's just,
Oh, what
ugh.
is it?
Mm-mm.
What?
It's stasis, so it's like ice essentially. It
Good.
sort of
That's
freezes
good.
you.
That's what the game needs.
So you round a corner and the guy, because all the classes have ice abilities, and the only way you break out of it is you hold down a key or button for a couple seconds, and oh boy, round a corner, instantly frozen. And now there's like weapons with the status effect too. The greatest, dude. It's the greatest.
Dude, I
Dude,
just
there were
don't know
guns.
who's playing it.
Yeah.
Like I do.
Dedicated
I do.
people.
The boss I had at Best Buy when I was selling TVs, who was a fucking no life, fucking like 35-year-old. He literally looked like Ryan Reynolds from Waiting, but like way uglier, and just had this fucking dead end job for his whole life, and got like a bunch of kids he doesn't take care of, and he's like, yeah, bro, I was on Destiny. What the fuck? He's got a Facebook group with like 3 people in it who he invited everyone to. He's like, 10 seconds or less, bro. Let's see your fucking crazy gameplays. Let's see your fucking crazy play. Like, he's like, yeah, I love the Lions, bro. I love the Lions. I love beer. I love wings. I love Destiny. With my bros. I'm 35, bro. Let's fucking get it. Like,
There is
that.
Yeah,
That
there's
is who plays Destiny. What I just described
It
is who plays
absolutely is.
Destiny.
It's like that. It's that Destiny crowd of like they're all like middle-aged men, or at least like middle-aged men, or like
Over 30.
teenage
Yeah.
Twitch streamers. That's the only people who dedicate so much time to Destiny to make it like a full thing. So
Wow.
now that said, I'm pretty sure someone on Twitter that follows me and I'm fair friends with plays Destiny a lot. And if you listen to this, I don't hate you. I just think
Yeah, I
you're
don't
really
hate you. I
stupid.
just disappointed in all of you.
Disappointed. Yeah.
Yeah. You made me very, very, very sad. Well, geez, do you fellas have anything else?
I have a
to,
little gamer news thing that
let's
was
hear
kind
it.
of interesting.
Let's hear
It was a speed running news thing that I saw a few weeks ago, and you know how like a lot of those like staple like Nintendo games, like there's so many insane like bugs and glitches that they've discovered over the years, like Ocarina of Time or like Mario 64.
Mhm.
So now they've discovered one for Paper Mario where you turn off the game and you boot up, like you swap cartridges to Ocarina of Time, and I think it's you do certain button inputs and then it stores like bits of data, so then you swap cartridges back to Paper Mario, and on the like start screen you'll do a file select and it will skip you to the end credits.
What?
Yeah, it's like because there's like some kind of like data storage thing that the Nintendo 64 has, and that's if you know like Banjo-Kazooie and its sequel Banjo-Tooie, there was originally gonna be like a mechanic called like stop and swap where you would take one cartridge out and then you'd unlock something in the sequel. But then that never came to fruition, but now they've discovered that you can do a stop and swap type thing between going from Paper Mario. I think you have to do something to get the game in a certain state, and then you swap to Ocarina. You don't have to be like anywhere in it. I think I had saw it like they were just in Kokiri Forest, like the beginning. They do some inputs or something, and then they swap back, do a few extra glitches, and then I think it'll just teleport them to the end credits.
What?
Yeah,
Wow.
It's like it's convoluted, but it's just like how the hell, one, how do you discover that, and two, it's like how does
Go
that
outside, dude. Like,
right?
Yeah,
'Cause
how did-
How do you even
it's
discover that?
it's just insane. Like, because it's I know it's like the meme phrase of like, thank you for destroying this game of my childhood or whatever by doing all these insane glitches to beat it. It's always like the speedrun marathon donation message or whatever.
Oh,
But
dude, God,
I-
dude.
it's still insane though,
Rest
like
in peace.
how much they've discovered, like just
It really is.
like not
Can you
just,
imagine
not
those
just
devs?
pushing through walls, but like manipulating the data like that.
Can you imagine those the devs like they're like this watching all this? Dude, what kind of fucking game did we design? Like, what the fuck?
Right.
These people are retarded, dude.
That's
like,
well, that was a big Shigeru thing, wasn't it? For Melee, he did Melee, right?
No, that was Sakurai.
Sakurai, where he was like, I'm not gonna do the voice. That was gonna be super insensitive. He was just like really upset with how like Melee autists were playing Melee, like me. And like that's why like they ruined Smash 3.
4.
Brawl.
Well, no, it would be
Brawl.
Smash 3. Yeah, Brawl. You're right.
But like there's some interviews with him where he's like visually distressed that like competitive Melee is like wave dashing and a bunch of just unbelievable like physics manipulation and the fucking god awful rushed engine that they put together. It's really good.
Because yeah, that's what I was reading up on too. That they were rushing to meet like a Christmas deadline, so that's why there's so many bugs.
Melee's so good though. It's just easily the best one. It just
Well,
you can't-
because the thing too, it's interesting with these older games is like if you play Ocarina, you're never gonna encounter like half of these glitches.
True.
But then they still managed to do so. I remember watching like YouTube shit when I was 10 of like how you could do the like an infinite sword glitch where like your sword is permanently causing damage.
yeah,
even if you're not
ISG is what it's called.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's probably one they still use for the speedruns and shit, but I don't know. It's just kind of wild how they discover it, or like bomb sliding.
Oh,
And,
yeah,
like,
the
it's-
Hesses and stuff. And
Yeah, like you might accidentally do one of them sometime, but like a lot of it is just like
yeah, you're just spending so much time with the game that someone does one of these on accident.
right.
Have you guys seen the one the devs react to the Half-Life 2 speedrun?
yeah,
dude,
yeah,
those
yeah,
videos are so
yeah.
good.
Dude, that shit is so funny. They're like, "Oh yeah, I wonder how he's gonna." Oh, and then he's just like flying. Just
Yeah, on the
literally
box, yeah.
everywhere. Yeah.
Have you seen the Fallout New Vegas one, dude? So good. They're just, he's like, because Josh Sawyer, I don't know if he's like pay attention to Fallout, like New Vegas is like modding scene, but Josh Sawyer is like, I think he at one point he released a mod with like original game code and stuff like that, like Josh Sawyer's mod. So it like met more of his like, original idea for the game. So he's pretty chuffed with the modding stuff, but dude. Him like reacting to like someone flying around the map using a grenade launcher thing bug, and he's just like, dude, what the fuck did we make? And they're like, I'm so glad we spent months modeling that. Oh, it's gone. Like, it's like
Yep.
Oh,
Poor
jeez,
guy.
fellas. Okay.
So good.
Well, I think that's a good spot to wrap on this one, fellas, if you know what I mean. I'm glad we talked about the big bunny today. I actually
listen.
I hadn't really thought much about it, but now I'm gonna go jack off to an anthropomorphic
man.
rabbit. I don't know which one, but
Buddy.
I will be I will be slamming my dong to some fucking rabbit punani.
Yeah.
Next week or the week after, I think we'll do a siege one with Cole. That sounds low effort. I'm all
Yeah,
about
not
that.
everything's low effort on the Guildies podcast.
Hey, come on. We got a great schedule going. And we did cock and ball torture last week. Okay, so one more thing before we... Don't sigh. Don't do this.
That episode should win an award.
That episode was great. It was just me and Sean. It was very good. Here's the thing.
Read
Dylan,
into that.
Dylan, I haven't had a... Yeah, read. Okay, so Dylan, I this is great that we're doing this live on air right now.
Oh boy.
So the cock and ball torture, we talked a lot about, a lot of fetishes and a lot of wacky fetishes. Me and Sean were saying we'd like to maybe get like some fetishists on here. What do you think of that? Like, have a furry come on, come on and talk about their fetish, or like a scat enjoyer.
Okay? We'll talk about it, I think, off the podcast, because that's a fun. Like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, just get the flu again. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, we.
Like,
Don't be mad.
it's just the idea of like someone coming and is like, look, this Guildies podcast today. We have George. He likes shitting in a diaper.
Okay,
Like,
well, but
Today's topic is fisting.
yeah, I think it'd just be really interesting to have like a very committed furry come on and tell us about being a furry and like what does it for. I think that'd be interesting and educational and entertaining. I think that'd be great.
I think you'd have to get weirder than the furries because there's been plenty of stuff saying.
Okay, okay. No, this is good. I'm glad this is what going. Okay, what do you think we should get on then?
I don't know. Like it depends on like what. Well, there you go. It depends. Diaper fetishists or something.
I feel like a diaper fetishist one is like a really easy like read through on that though. Like what you're
As if furries are that much.
Well, I feel like okay. So in the cock and ball torture episode, I basically one of the guys that they interviewed was like, the guy was like, "Oh, well, did you ever suffer any cock and ball trauma as a kid?" And he's like, "Yeah, my mom used to kick me in the balls all the time. I think that's why I like cock and ball torture." Which okay, like I understand how you develop like a sexual reaction to that, but like, how does that happen with animals? How does that happen with?
Yeah.
Or is it like me right now having a giant boner for a rabbit with big old dumper?
If you break it down, not this is the best time at the tail end to go into fetishes and furry stuff. Because for one, it's not all of them are into the sexual aspect. It's just kind of like a aesthetic.
No, they are. Don't try
for like character OC kind of thing.
Okay.
And then for the people that are, it's like if you look at it, it's really just like the characters are basically King from Tekken.
Right.
Like it's just a person body. You just change the head.
Right.
So it's not that different from wearing like a helmet or like a mask, really.
But like, what about fursuiting?
I don't know. Fursuits always look like really goofy to me. That I feel like, but that's again like it's like a cosplay thing. It's just an extension of a character, not that they're necessarily getting off with the fursuits. Really, I mean that can be part of it, but I mean, like
I'm getting off with the fursuits,
right? I mean, who isn't? But
like the working mouth and everything, so I can fucking
Oh.
suck your spiral duck penis.
How did you know about my spiral duck penis?
What'd you say, Sean?
How did you know about my spiral duck penis?
Yeah, my spiral barbed wire duck penis. It is. It's spiral and barbed. I don't know what to tell you. Go look at a duck
There's
penis.
other kind of nice things in the Guildies.
Go look at a duck penis, Bear. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm not looking at a fucking duck's penis. You.
It's
Google
anatomy. Yeah, Google it.
Type
Gee.
it in, Bear.
it's nature, Bear.
Yeah, come on. Your
Leave me
name is
alone.
Bear. Let's look at
Shut
some
up.
bear penises.
I'm
Come
gonna
on.
Type it in. Here,
What
let
is
me
it
open the
called?
incognito tab.
Yeah, what does bear penis look like?
Well,
This
not
is
that
what-
different from a
Yeah, I'm-
normal penis,
I'm looking
really.
at duck penis.
Did you say from an owl penis?
I said normal penis
Oh.
because I was making a gay bear joke.
Ah.
Holy shit.
This is Jesus Christ.
Is the bear penis not good, Sean?
No, I'm still looking at duck penis, but look what I
Okay.
just found.
By the way, Guildy's Patreon.
Yeah. Yeah, look at fucking corkscrew.
You are post.
He's
What the
shimmying it
fuck?
right in there. Yeah, Guildies Podcast. Patreon.com/Guildies Podcast. You can support us directly.
Join me on the Patreon. It's so fun in there.
Yeah,
You're telling what at the moment.
listen, no, Sean. We don't know who it is. We
Sorry.
have reason to believe it's Sean, but we don't. We have no confirmation on that.
Yeah,
yet.
shout out to our only Patreon subscriber, Grownman56.
Yeah, don't know him. Don't know
He's
him.
doing a good work.
Yeah,
He's doing a good work.
He's doing a good work. You know who I think we should get on here?
Jesus.
Who just might be bored enough to do it?
The Bogdanov twins.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Seth Seentalk.
See?
Dude, we should ask. Dude, like just like the Matt Dabrowski one. Dude, have you I've sent you some
Just
Seth
ask.
videos. Yeah, just like at him on Twitter and be like, "Hey, do you want to come on the podcast?" I bet he
Dude,
did.
Yeah, we should have people come on that just want to be complete fucking like just shitpost idiots.
Yeah.
No.
Give them a
Yeah,
platform to
that's
do
what this is. This is shitpost idiots hour.
No. I
That's what-
refuse.
That's why. That's what we're doing right now. This episode's about rabbit tits.
No. Cease.
Is
I don't
that
want
what podcasts don't talk about?
Yeah, this is
Oh, man.
this is it, buddy.
That's funny.
Billy, done your thing. Hold on.
Funny podcast on the YouTube.
It is a
On
pretty
the
funny
YouTube.
podcast on the YouTube. Did you guys watch the new General Sam podcast?
I have not.
Oh, dude,
And this
it's
is-
very good. You should
I
watch
must say
it.
I didn't catch it.
Forehead Fit. Do you watch any of them? Sean? You don't watch it, do you?
No, I'm
That
not
was-
a General Sam enjoyer.
There's no weed, so we can't. So.
There is weed. They're high in this one.
Ah,
Sam's
okay.
like super
Oh,
ripped.
okay.
It's super
Oh
good.
well, in that case,
I gotta find it. I gotta find it. There's weed.
oh,
Sean, do you think you're addicted to weed?
no.
That's what they all say.
You think? I'm just trying to start an argument. You think you could stop like when?
Of course.
Yeah, Sean.
Yeah,
Like, right
when
now?
you visit family or do any stuff like that, you know, it's like.
Would you stop right now, Sean, if we asked you to?
If you asked me to, no.
What if we demanded?
Yeah. What if we were like?
Yeah,
What if the
amazing.
Guildies podcast now drug tests?
Sean's
I'm your
sweating
boss.
right now.
So
I stepped down from my position. I
Oh
resigned.
my god.
Dude.
Conflicting issues. I'm starting my own podcast. Comrades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This dude.
It's the premier
Fucking-
gaming podcast of the
This
Tri-City
man
area.
about to pull a fucking Treyarch executive move on us, for fuck's sake.
I don't know what that means, but
I'm
Well-
in talks with having Dylan on.
nice. That's good. That's good. Sweet. I know where you live.
Nah.
Yeah, you do.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You gonna come kiss me?
Yeah.
Please do.
I'm so lonely.
Oh,
You sure you're not addicted to weed?
Yeah.
I'm-
just
okay.
I've never seen-
Weed?
I've never seen you not smoke weed.
true.
It-
True.
Okay, so all right, I'm gonna speak a little personal truth here. I don't know that I've ever seen you not some form of inebriated.
That might be true.
That's exciting to me.
Well, you know, whatever. Fun, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Mm.
No, I mean, you know, I'll go all day without thinking about it, or, you know, if I go to have some family thing or go to New
Yeah,
York or
yeah,
whatever,
okay.
I don't think about it. I don't think about it all the time.
You think you could quit for a job if you had to get a real job?
Oh God, of course. Yeah, I did it
Yeah.
earlier this year. I didn't
Really?
end up looking for that.
That's
job.
true. You didn't smoke for quite a while.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. It's just like
And
drinking
then-
beers. Or something.
Then you
like, if I-
relapsed.
Yeah, right. If I had a good
Yeah.
reason, it would.
This made me realize. What a loser.
Yeah.
A
This
relapse.
fucking stupid drug addict relapse. What a fucking dumbass. I would
Yeah,
simply
stop
just
being-
not
stop
do
being a-
drugs.
Yeah, stop being a loser, bro. Stop fucking.
Okay.
I love you, Sean.
Oh god. Bear, are you done with that picture yet? Do you want to wait till we're done? You want to?
I am still in the process of finding
Yeah.
a cowboy hat that suits him.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, I think we should stop it right there. This is somehow still going on.
True.
Yeah, next one will probably be the Siege episode, and then I don't know. I'd like to get another guest on at some point. Just whoever we can get. I don't.
That is today's homework.
Can be
for the
anyone.
class.
Yeah, true.
Look into the-
True. Yeah, we do have 4 employees. And drug testing could start anytime. So
Okay.
everyone.
Drug testing.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just gonna cut it out. I'm gonna cut it out and make it sound like you said I'm gonna kiss men. So
Who wouldn't?
yeah.
That would really
Yeah,
tarnish.
Bear.
your
If you could
reputation.
say, if you could, I know you've said I. Have you said kiss yet? Will you say kiss for me?
Biss.
Okay, that's fine. That'll work. Your accent's stupid enough. That'll sound like kiss. And then have you said
Damn, bro.
have you said men yet? I feel like he did. I feel like he said men at one point. Whatever. I know we said penis.
Every episode.
It can be I kiss penis. So
Kiss penis.
yeah. So yeah. Anyways, thanks for showing up, everybody.
Yeah, I promise
did
we're not
it.
always retarded.
Until we meet again.
Ooh.
Shalom.
Maybe we meet again at the turn of the
Bye.
century.